here riding through Puerto Rico for an entire week, and trust me, there's so much more here than just San Juan. So join us. And just landed in Puerto Rico. What I think is so cool about Puerto Rico is all the different environments in such a small place. You've got the city with tons of historic architecture and crazy parties. You've got all the beaches. And then you also have the only rainforest in the United States. So I'm ready to get into the action. Let's go. All right, I'm alive. So here's the plan for the week. We're gonna try to see as much of Puerto Rico as possible because when most people think of Puerto Rico and when most Americans come to Puerto Rico, they pretty much just hang out in Old San Juan for like one day on a cruise, but there's actually a lot more to it than that. One thing that I think is so interesting about Puerto Rico is that it's kind of like a combination of America and South America. I was actually just in South America for 5 weeks. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. The place I've been staying so far is called Santucre. It's kind of like a locals area, or at least more local than Old San Juan. Kind of has that slummy vibe that South America has, which I kind of like. I like being places that are different, but definitely doesn't feel unsafe. Obviously, we're still in America, so there's laws and stuff like that. And you actually don't even need a passport when you come here, so there's definitely a lot more Americans than other places I've traveled like Europe, Asia, and South America. As I started exploring, I realized that Puerto Rico is a land of contrast. You'll see nice houses like these right next to slums like this. Then you'll see a McDonald's and some nice food trucks. Then you'll see a random chicken walking around, multiple chickens. Then you'll see abandoned stuff everywhere because this place was destroyed by the hurricane in 2017 and still hasn't recovered. Then you'll see a ton of beautiful beaches, and all of this stuff is just within 10 minutes walking of each other. Next, you can zip on over to the nice area, Condado. This is where a lot of tourists stay when they come and want to stay in first world hotels. I seriously love fresh coconuts, and this came in major handy after the night out. Puerto Rico is famous for these bays that glow this really cool blue color at night, so this is what I thought I signed up for when I signed up for a kayak glow tour, but apparently they just made these glow sticks, so don't be fooled like I was. There's actually no bioluminescent bays in Old San Juan. Still kind of cool to see the city at night though.
I'd say I'm Dirty Dan.
After the weekend, it was time to pack up and rent a car because I had 3 days to explore the entire island before I had to be back in Old San Juan for my friend's wedding. Okay, so today we're going on America's longest zipline, but we might have a problem. So I bought a day pass and it said I was supposed to be there at 9:30, but it's already 11 and I still have an hour to go. Let's see if we can still make it there safely and convince them to let me in. So people have told me that these Puerto Rican roads are all messed up with potholes and stuff. I haven't really experienced that yet, so let's hope it stays like this. That was easy. Made it. I'm about to get stuck in this rainstorm though. It rains super hard here, out of nowhere, but only for like 2 minutes. Well, I think my hair tells you everything you need to know about how that went. Now it's time to head to the first city on my road trip and get a hotel for the night. Levittown isn't famous for much, but it's the first city outside of San Juan, so that's why I started here. Tonight we're leaving the hostel behind. I sucked it up and bought this hotel room for like $200 just so I could have a place to get organized and clean. You know the place is fancy when they give you your own shampoo and conditioner. We're gonna check out this little town and get some dinner. This is the first of many examples of towns that are essentially abandoned. It was only 7 p.m. and there was only one restaurant open. After a great night's rest, I'm about to ride across the entire north side of the island and stop on a ton of cool places. You definitely don't want to miss these. Alright, well, we immediately encountered our first problem. The path to the next town is completely closed. I have no idea what the sign said, so I think we have to backtrack. We'll see if the GPS can find me the right way. The first stop was Dorado. I paid $1 to get into this little park, so check it out. So I just pulled up to the Dorado Beach, but unfortunately it seems like there's a gate surrounding the entire thing, so I'm not sure exactly how to get in, but good thing is, I know someone who can. Dorado is home to many wealthy retirees and celebrities, so you know that means one thing: fancy golf courses. Eventually, I was chased out by the terrifying locals. So I just tried to get into the Ritz-Carlton area so I could fly the drone where like a bunch of rich people live here, but there was a gate. Okay, so I found this little spot off the side of the road. I think it's like the entrance to a trailer park, pretty much the only place without gates. So I'm trying to be real quick. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here, but we're like a mile from the Ritz, so let's see if we can find it. Naturally, this is a trailer park right over the tree line from these multi-million-dollar homes. So I don't think that was the Ritz-Carlton. This looks like some fancy rich people homes, which is pretty cool, but the drone was getting battered by the winds and it was a little farther than I thought, so decided we'll let the drone live on for another day. Keep moving. Honestly, these places are kind of sketchy. Starting to feel like South America. Look at this. I'm getting out of here. I clearly do not belong here, and going back to the beach. So the waves keep coming and smashing these rocks. I'm standing at the only dry spot left. So if my camera breaks after this and the video ends, that's my bad. Oh my God, this one is huge. Oh. A few minutes later, another huge wave came over the rocks and almost destroyed my camera, but luckily your boy's fast as As I was trying to land my drone, I totally thought this was my car, realized it wasn't as my battery was dying. I was totally lost in the air, had no idea where I was, thought the drone was done for, but luckily I found my way. All right, this is another thing about Puerto Rico. The streets are so small, it's like, how the heck do I get out of here now? Once again, you'll see some beautiful scenery filled with destroyed and abandoned houses. I just saw the craziest thing ever. A wave hit, and then a rainbow appeared for like 1 second and it disappeared. Next stop is 40 minutes away, so time to open the windows and jam out. Okay, so actually I'm stopping on this place I just saw driving down the road. It's called Barceloneta. I'm pretty sure they're just trying to rip off Barcelona. I've never actually been to Barcelona, but I imagine this is kind of what it looks like. Had to go buy some shoes. What should we get for dinner tonight? We got Chili's, Olive Garden. Screw it, we're taking the drone out. This is my attempt at a trick shot by flying through these palm trees, so if you think I'm cool, comment down below. If you think I'm freaking lame, comment that too. And now, back to our regularly programmed schedule. So apparently this place is closed and I couldn't walk in, but once again, I had a buddy who could get in. At this point, the sun was starting to set, so I raced to the last location of the day to try to get one last drone film in. I went to get food and I was super surprised that this small thing of grapes was $5, and once again everything was closed except for these food trucks. Just pulled up to the absolute most sketch hotel. There's not even anyone to check you in. You literally just put a code to the email you in here, and they said free parking. I'm pretty sure I got the last spot. Turns out it's actually pretty nice. I guess the pictures on the internet didn't lie. So do we think this power strip is going to explode, or? And we're off for day 2 of the road trip. Today we're going to see some places that are very important to Puerto Rico's history. First, we need a quick breakfast for the car and for me. when you drive out of your way 10 minutes to go to this special beach and then you realize you can't even fly the drone because we're too close to an airport. Guess I have to actually go outside on foot. Up next is Puerto Rico's most famous surf location. You're about to see why. Before I left, I picked up a shark empanada. It was pretty gross, I can't lie. One thing that's so dope about Puerto Rico is all these random things on the side of the road. Everywhere I go, I keep having to do U-turns because I'm going too fast, but let's check this one out. Next up was supposed to be my quest, but it seemed too sketch to get out and fly my drone, so I popped a Yui and kept it moving. San Juan is Puerto Rico's second oldest city and was founded all the way back in 1570. On my way to the next city, I got hit with one of Puerto Rico's classic rainstorms. And literally 2 minutes later, it stops. That wasn't even 2 minutes, that was like 20 seconds. Alright, so I just arrived into the next town, and by the looks of it, I think this is going to be the best one yet. And by the way, if you've been having fun, make sure to like and subscribe to the video. We still have a lot coming up. We got this town, we have the rainforest, and we also have the big shebang in Old San Juan at the end. This ended up being one of the saddest moments of the trip because Ponce looked like it had potential to be an awesome town, but apparently it got absolutely destroyed by the hurricane in 2017, so now there's abandoned buildings everywhere. Ooh, fancy. Oh my god, this is actually the most comfiest bed I've stayed in so far. It's been a long day. Oh, good morning. It's the last day of our road trip today. For lunch, we're stopping on one of Puerto Rico's most famous streets to eat something very interesting. Also, I really hope my car is still here because I definitely feel like this is one of those places where your car could just disappear. And also, I had no idea what the street sign said that I parked under. Oh, I think I see it. Before I hit the highway, I need to get some supplies, so I'm stopping at one of the most exquisite stores on the planet. We got bug spray, a poncho, and actually, I'm going to show you the last item later. You're going to love it. Stopping at this little rundown gas station so I can fly the drone. Y'all think I'm going to get robbed here? Well, I guess if you're watching this video right now, it means I didn't. So for some reason, when it said speedway, I was expecting like the speedways we have in the United States, like for NASCAR. Clearly not. Next, I heard there was a water park nearby, so I decided to check that out. We're going up some crazy mountain roads to get to this next location. This is the famous Pork Highway, where there's tons of restaurants that cook this open fire pig. She was describing everything to me in Spanish. I honestly have no idea what any of this is. This is what scares me. Driving back down the steep hill, and I saw some awesome like canyons with a bunch of houses, favelas maybe. I feel like I have to fly the drone, so check it out. The next town, Caguas, is called the heart of Puerto Rico because it's in the dead center of the island. I attempted to fly through this gazebo, and this is where we had the first brutal crash. So here's the damage. Not too terrible. I'm pretty sure I can still fly like this. Worth it for the attempt at the trick shot. I think it's hilarious how there's just a random Marco's Pizza amongst all this other stuff. All right, so I just realized my tank is almost on E. We're gonna have to find a gas station real quick, because if I get stuck out here, I'm probably gonna stay here forever. So, in classic third world fashion, the place on the GPS didn't even exist. So now we gotta drive a few more miles Gas tank is on E. Found one. We're rolling in on fumes, baby. And we're back to explore another day. Fajardo is known for its beautiful marinas, as well as the largest one in the Caribbean. I had dinner in Luquilo, which is known for a strip of 60 restaurants that are all numbered, but in classic Puerto Rico fashion, only like 5 of them are open. Not bad at all, decently clean. All right, rainforest time. Hopefully we can find it. I heard the path there is kind of hidden in a bunch of trees and down dirt paths, so we'll see. I think these people are walking up this hill. This is literally miles long. That's gonna suck. Good thing I got the whip. Remember when I said I got one more thing from Walmart? Check it out. Your boy's fresh now. I'm not making the same mistake as Machu Picchu. We're gonna lather ourselves in bug spray. Okay, so I totally thought this was a poncho, like for pieces of paper. So if it rains, we're screwed. And just as I leave the car, it's starting to rain. This could get bad. So look where we have to go. Good Lord. All right, we're getting close. Well, not close, but at least we're going the right way. Okay, now I found the actual trail. It's about 45 minutes from here, so that's not too bad. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Looks like the wind really got this guy. Hopefully it makes it for the last 2 flights. I literally thought that was almost the end of the drone. I was pushing it forward and it just wouldn't go, lowering into the trees. Somehow it made it back. It's got that broken propeller and the wind's kind of strong. I just passed some tourists as well who said 60 miles an hour winds up at the top. So it might be the end for Mr. Drone. We made it. Look at these clouds though. I'm about to get wrecked on the way down. And back on the main road. All right, now that we're down at the bottom, you know what it's time for. Yeah, you thought. Never catch me dead in those. Right, and now we are ending the trip in Old San Juan. This is where pretty much all tourists go. If you've been to Puerto Rico, one place, it's probably here. But hang on for the rest of the video. We're doing something pretty unique, so you're definitely going to want to see it. First, I went to go check into my hotel, which was a several hundred-year-old mansion, so that was pretty cool. Then I went to go explore Old San Juan before meeting up with my friends for dinner. And now it's finally time for the wedding of our beautiful friends, Santino and Ava.
Just to hear a sound, someone still around. She heard me calling, she heard me say her name, but she hides away in the room.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you saw that there's so much more to do in Puerto Rico than just hang out in old San Juan. So maybe I inspired you to take a road trip, maybe I didn't. Either way, for more adventures, click below to like and subscribe. The next video is going to be about how to spend the perfect day in Tulum. This one's one of my favorites. Hope to see you there. Peace.